Hey everybody, Andy Kvernen here with another Cornerstone Connection Daily Devotional. My wife works at our high school here in town, and we're there quite a bit for our kids' events, whether it's a choir concert or a football game or whatever. She knows the lay of the land over there. She works in the office, she knows all the staff, and when we go over there, I often feel like I'm there at her request. And in fact, when we go there, we go into a football game, she knows the people taking tickets, and it's not like we're getting in for free as an exception, but staff get in there, and she doesn't even need to pull out her ID card. They just let her in, and since I'm with her, I get in too. And it reminds me of a passage in John chapter 3 where John the Baptist is baptizing people. He's getting ready the people for the coming of the preeminent one, of the Messiah, of Jesus. And people start to ask him, hey, what do you think about that guy who is now baptizing, who is doing stuff? Aren't you a little threatened by him? Don't you feel like maybe he's crowding in on your territory? And John gets it straight right from the beginning. He basically says, look, I'm only here because of him. I'm only here because of what he is doing and is going to do. And I want to bring you to this passage that really illustrates this in John chapter 3, starting in verse 31. And it says this. This is John speaking, and he says, he's speaking about Jesus. He says, "He who comes from above is above all. He who is of the earth belongs to the earth and speaks in an earthly way. He who comes from heaven is above all." Again, he who comes from heaven, Jesus, is above everything. Don't get any ideas that I'm somehow great. I'm not even worthy to tie his sandals. Jesus is above all. And then he says this. He says, "He bears witness to what he has seen and heard, yet no one receives his testimony." You guys are all worried about who's the boss, who's the best. He bears witness. He's seen it. He's been in heaven with the Father. Listen to that guy. But yet no one receives his testimony. Hear this. "Whoever receives his testimony sets his seal to this, that God is true." I love that. Whoever hears his testimony and receives it, whoever receives his testimony, sets his seal to this. He puts all of his eggs in that basket. He goes all in. Whoever sets his mind and his heart on the testimony of Jesus sets his seal to this, that God is true. If you believe God, you need to believe in Jesus. And then he says, "For he whom God has sent utters the words of God, for he gives the Spirit without measure. The Father loves the Son and has given all things into his hand." And here's the clincher. "Whoever believes in the Son has eternal life. Whoever does not obey the Son shall not see life, but the wrath of God remains on him." Friends, the presence of the Son changes everything. When I go to the high school, I'm secure in the presence of my wife. She's the one who paves the way for me to be there so often. Friends, at a so much greater level, the one who paves the way for us to be with God is the person Jesus Christ. He belongs there. He's the perfect one, the spotless one. He's the one who mediates between us and God. He's the one who justifies us before God by his shed blood on the cross. Friends, above all else today, get with Jesus and stand with Jesus. Get behind him. And maybe just take a moment, even right now, to tell Jesus that you're in with him, that you want to follow him all your days, especially today. Make that your prayer. I'll make it mine today as we go on. God bless you, friends, and Lord willing, we'll see you again soon on the Cornerstone Connection.